Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. First Wave BioPharma is focusing on developing targeted therapies for gastrointestinal diseases. And with me, CEO James Sapirstein, to talk about this recent COVID trial that you've had, James. And tell me about that. Remind us all about the treatment and how did the trial go?
Well, we're happy that we announced this past week that we fully enrolled the trial. Fingers crossed for Omicron, and helped us because we missed the Delta wave. But the trial really was to look at patients who had COVID-related GI effects, nausea, diarrhea, and basically you tested the patient when they came in, and you tested them 2 weeks afterwards to make sure that they've cleared the virus. So we had to enroll about 150 patients. For completion, we enrolled 158. We had no side effects or serious side effects related to the drug that we know of. So we're very, very pleased about that. And in about 45 days, we should have the results of the trial. But we're very happy that the trial is done, completed, and it'll be the first big data output that we have this year.
Okay, look forward to that. We must do an interview when you get those results to talk about what they tell us. So, okay, so what other clinical data releases do you have planned this year?
We're in the middle of ulcerative proctitis trial. Ulcerative proctitis is a subset of ulcerative colitis. It's at the kind of near the rectum, so it's the bottom of the large colon. And that study is being conducted only in Italy at this point. We don't have any clinical sites in the United States, and it's going fairly well. It's blinded, but we do know that the patients have had some resolution. So we're confident that because it's being compared to placebo, we're confident that the drug works in this area. So we're excited. We expect a data readout on this in the second quarter of 2022, the first half of this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then also your original program, Adulapase, make sure I'm saying it right. I always get tripped up on these drug names. So tell me about that. Where does that stand?
So really, Adulapase, which was formerly known as MS-1819, that's really how the company was founded. It's been studied now for 7 years within the company. And last year, we had 2 trial results that gave us mixed results, and we realized the problem was our formulation. So it takes about a year or 2 to really redo the formulation, and we're in the midst of finishing that up. The new formulation is looking pretty good so far, and we're excited to release some data in the second quarter of this year. Should that data be positive, we'll probably get into our phase 3 program later on towards the end of this year. Okay.
Sounds like a lot of things upcoming over the next few months that could be very pivotal for the company.
We are working on a lot of things. We're excited. We're also hoping this biotech market bounces back too. It's, I think we're all suffering from the same ills, trying to put products on the market that really can help humankind. But share prices don't reflect that. So we're going to keep working towards delivering data.
It has been a tough market for many sectors already this year. I feel like something switched at the beginning of the year. Thank you so much, James, for joining us. I look forward to hearing the results of these trials.
Thank you. Be safe out there.
You too.
Keeping your your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Ariva is a cryptocurrency for travel. So members can meet with tourism providers. They can make bookings with cryptocurrencies, earn crypto money as well. So with me is Ashlee Stojanovski, who is the press advisor to Ariva. And you've been working there for a few months now, Ashlee. So give me a little history about what brought you to Ariva.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a journey. I'm quite a traveler myself. And I've been in crypto since 2015, and Ariva really brings everything I love together. My passion for crypto and my passion for traveling, and here I am today.
Okay, we're going to get along well because I'm passionate about both of those too. So tell me a little bit about Ariva. How does it work?
Yeah, so maybe I'll start off with where we started. So Ariva was founded in late May 2021. Our mission was essentially to eliminate the high cost of international money transfers. So currently, SWIFT transactions are the norm for global travel payments. However, they tend to be super complex, difficult to use, especially when dealing with exchange rates. So our mission is essentially to create a decentralized crypto-only portal for the tourism industry that allows operators to directly connect with holiday goers. We've streamlined this by creating the ARV token that underpins the Ariva ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. So ARV is the token. So explain the whole ecosystem. How does it work? Like if I wanted to sign up today, how would I do that?
Yeah. So we have 3 different ecosystem integrations. So firstly, Ariva World is our upcoming travel booking platform, which fully integrates with cryptocurrency. This essentially streamlines access to anyone in the world. Our alpha version came out in October 30th, 2021, and we're working every day to continue to develop it. Secondly, the Ariva Club is our social media platform for everyone to share their experiences related to the trip and get rewarded in cryptocurrency. Lastly, Ariva Finance is the next generation of payment gateways built on top of the blockchain. This binds the entire Ariva ecosystem together, eliminating problems associated with collecting fiat. Additionally, we'll be introducing a staking pool.
Okay. So tell me about, like, just in terms of the tokens and how they work in this. So what's the first step? Would I download an app, for example, and then I would take fiat and buy Ariva tokens, and then I could use that with my travels?
Yeah. So essentially, the actual role of the Ariva, the ARV native token, it will be used within our ecosystem. So essentially, the token is used to settle transactions and simplify exchange rates within the Ariva World ecosystem. Beyond this, the ARV token allows us to operate in a decentralized manner. The tokens provide a convenience and a secure mode of payment without any need for intermediaries such as banks or credit institutions, actually all in a matter of seconds. Additionally, there'll be more benefits and rewards for token holders, which we'll announce in the future.
Okay. And then you mentioned a little bit about the currencies and the cost of conversion. What are some other pain points that Ariva solves?
Yeah, so just international travel payments in general are very prohibitive. This is due to the SWIFT transactions. They're very complex, very expensive. Credit card companies, they take very high commission rates, and conversion fees are often unnecessarily high. This is just a lose-lose situation for everyone. This is a lose-lose situation for tourist operators, and it ultimately hurts the bottom line for everyone. So what we've essentially done is, by using our token, we're offering 0 fees, 0 transaction limits, and 0 friction with cross-border transactions.
Mm-hmm. Now, in recent years, there's been a lot of development with the layer 2 blockchain. How does Ariva fit into that boom with the layer 2?
Yeah, I think a good way to see this is how we actually stand out from our layer 2 competitors. Our most obvious difference is that we're creating a direct-to-consumer crypto-only portal. So, our system is fully decentralized. This allows anyone in any corner of the world access to our platform. Travel operators can list without any restrictions, and holidays can book seamlessly with our ARV token. To be the first to market with our product, and we're well positioned to disrupt a $1.3 trillion tourism market.
And you mentioned there was a social media aspect too. So how does that work? What are the social supports, and what can users expect to get from those?
Yeah, so community is a massive part of what we're doing. We launched a couple months ago, and we've rapidly grown. We now have over 200,000 members across our social media. We continue to attract new members constantly through innovating and expanding our ecosystem. We've just announced the Avari Metaverse project, which allows our community to travel digitally online. We have some big announcements coming shortly, so stay tuned.
Okay, awesome. And of course, we have to address the COVID-19 and the impact that it's had on travel and tourism. I mean, how how did you manage launching a company based on travel right in the middle of this? And how does that fit into how you grow?
Yeah, so we actually saw the pandemic as a perfect opportunity to build something that's better than everything currently available in the market. We're using this time to just grow, scale, and develop our product. And by the time travel rebounds, we'll be the most advanced platform out there. And it's really just the beginning of a new era of travel with blockchain technology. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds super exciting. And I can't wait to hear more. Ashlee, thank you so much. Ashlee from Ariva.
Awesome. Thank you.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure is 100% private and does not collect or sell any of your personal data. Secure's Helix technology connects you securely to our Swiss servers without the need of a VPN, guaranteeing privacy and security for all your communications. Secure Messenger doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. Chat by Invites allows you to chat privately and securely with anyone outside of your secure network without the need for others to download Secure. Secure Send offers you a private and secure way to email anyone outside of Secure. You won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email or instant messaging application. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
StrikeForce is looking to claim the top spot in secure video conferencing and collaboration. So with me, CEO Mark Kay, also Executive Vice President George Waller, to discuss this new relationship with IT Group and how this white paper explains a little bit about how you're looking to secure video conferencing, because the things that are available on the market right now aren't as secure as they should be, especially for kind of, sensitive information. So let's just start with, George, let's just start with IT Group. Who are they? How do they play in StrikeForce's future?
Thank you, Jane, for giving us this opportunity to speak to you today. And it's very exciting. And IT Group is an amazing analyst group. They're one of the country's leading advisory firms, providing mission-critical insights into technology, regulations, markets, operations. And they do this for hundreds of banks, insurance companies, insurers, security firms, healthcare. So they're really one of the country's leading firms that works with technology companies like us and helps guide us in the right directions and the things that we should know about, especially when you want to grow and grow and grow to a large size. So we worked with the IT Group, and they wrote a white paper about our technology. That's how excited they are about it, because there is a lot of going on in the government, a lot going on in private industry, and regarding video conferencing, now that it's part of the fabric in which companies work, right? And so there needed to be guidelines, there needed to be standards set for government, standards set for private industry. So they worked with us to develop a set of guidelines and best practices that we could basically go out to the world and show government agencies, show the compliance writers, and explain everything to them. And here are a set of best practices for that.
Now, can you share some of their concepts with us? Like, what are the things they're recommending for secure video conferencing?
Sure. Well, it's it's them and us, right? We went and we explained all of our technologies to them. And we basically said, Mark, thankfully, Mark said, we want to be the number one company in the country, in the world, for video conferencing and collaboration. And he says, we need to achieve that status. How do we do that? And that was the goal that he put on me, to go out to find the right analyst group and say, here's our goal. How do we achieve that? And what they did was they explained in video conferencing and collaboration, Jane, it's not about beating your own chest, saying, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, right? A lot of companies out there do that. It's about actually becoming the number one provider. And how do you become the number one provider? You have to set, you've got to make your software, your service or your product where everyone wants to use it. And how do you do that? And they explain to us that we need to get our technology in all these standards, as a best practice in government, in private industry. So how do you do that? You look at all the regulatory writers, you look at all the regulations, and they work with us to look at the nation's leading organizations that write guidance and frameworks for government, such as NIST or CCMP or CUI. And basically, and then we looked at the private industry, healthcare, HIPAA, financial services, NYDFS, insurance, PCI, DSS for, merchants and retailers. And what they did was they navigated us through all of these industry compliance requirements. And then we wrote with them a set of standards and set of best practices. And what they did is they worked with us to develop them according to what the nation already uses today for classifying data. See, what's happened, Jane, is there's classifications for data: low risk, moderate risk, high risk, and sensitive unclassified information. But there was never a best practice around how do I secure that data while on a video conference. And since video conferencing is now, woven into the fabric of every company's work ethic, it's part of their work process. Well, now what we're doing is we've just introduced a set of standards, a set of guidelines that will help a company secure that data. So if you're a company and you have a meeting, it's a low risk meeting, there's virtually nothing that you have to do, because that's data that no one's going to steal. And if it was out there, it doesn't matter. But yet, if you're a company and you're sharing corporate information or healthcare information, or you're on, or if you're a military organization and you're sharing, military secrets, well, that data should be secured at a higher level than public awareness, free data that's low risk. So our guidelines actually show a company simple to use guidelines. If it's low risk, here's what you do. If it's moderate risk, here's what you do. If it's high risk, here's what you do. If it's sensitive, classified, unclassified, here's how to protect it. And Jane, the best part about this is there's no one's ever taken this position before. So we're the first company. And as the iTake Group and Mark had said, that is by establishing the standard, that will help us become that industry standard, because everyone's going to want to protect their data. And now they'll use our guidelines to protect their data. Companies will use us. That's how we become the gold standard in the industry.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mark and George. Look forward to more updates in 2022.
Our pleasure.
Thank you so much, Jane.
Thank you.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Pharmagreen Biotech is in the business of providing the highest quality starter plantlets for the CBD industry and hemp farmers in particular. And with me, the CEO, Peter Wojcik of Pharma Biotech, but we've also got a new guest with us today, Ethan Stiles, the CEO of Long Valley Farms. And I want to start with you, Ethan, because your company has been acquired by Pharmagreen Biotech. So if you could just, I guess, give me some background. Tell me about you. Tell me about the company. What is Long Valley Farms all about?
Well, we're in the market to produce the highest quality cannabis products from basically, as you know, with Peter, the tissue culture plantlets all the way to live rosins. My family's been in cannabis for 67 years now. I'm a third generation grower in the heart of the Emerald Triangle. Over the years, we've just gotten into cannabis. It helped my grandfather when he came back from the Korean War. He is highly decorated, had half of his side blown off from a grenade. So he came back in 55. There's a little bit of discrepancy whether he started growing in 55 or if it was in 57. Nobody can remember. We smoked too much weed. So that's like the starting of all of it. And, growing up in cannabis, it's helped me exponentially. I can deal with things a lot easier than most people can, I guess. I don't live a stress-filled life. It's absolutely amazing what this plant does for people. And that's what really drove us to continue on and cement our name into the California cannabis and national cannabis, because that's coming up soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of amazed how long your family has been in the business, because I feel like cannabis is a fairly new industry. I mean, it's been around, for a while, but not really as a business. It was kind of, so, I mean, it's amazing that you've been in for decades.
Yeah. I mean, I wish my grandpa was here, because I'm sure he would be just astounded in what has come forth from, I call them the forefathers, what the forefathers have started. It started out as, growing everything in the shade under the tree canopies, hiding from helicopters, hiding from police, to actually having 10,000 square foot agricultural greenhouses that run year round, and an actual business format for what we're doing. It's absolutely mind blowing and amazing for me and my family to see the progression into legislation. And now we're facing federal legislation here soon, and it's even more exciting. So we're just taking the steps, whatever we can do to cement our name. Yeah. We feel that we've earned it, and we're going to be here for a long time.
Peter, what are your thoughts on that? It sounds like scale is one part of this.
Yes, absolutely. Scale is definitely. We're certainly working on that. And for that vertical growth, we've taken a combined decision to take a look at the additional licenses beyond the cultivation license that Long Valley Farm has. And that's already in process to take us to the next stage. So I wanted to clarify, me and Ethan and I are working together. The acquisition isn't fully completed yet, but the business development is moving forward at lightning speed while we're in process of doing that. Okay. So I think that's really going to get us up there. And also, it's really great news, which I like to mention. We've been uplisted recently to the OTCQB. So certainly, all the information on our current offering and public company information. Our symbol is phbi.ob, and all the relevant public information and current offering is available as well.
Okay. Well, congratulations. As this, I know it's not finalized yet, but it sounds like you're pretty close. So thank you so much, Peter and Ethan, and congratulations. And I look forward to updates throughout the year as you move forward.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jane.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Need hearing aids? Tired of paying $5,000 or more? Tired of making multiple trips to have your hearing aids adjusted? Now you don't have to. Our Hear IQ 4 medical grade hearing aids are fully rechargeable, Bluetooth compatible, and start at under $1,000 for a complete set or monthly payments of $44. Our hearing aids are self-adjusting using any smartphone and features remote programming by hearing care professionals without you ever leaving home. Order your pair today at myheariq.com.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Stacks is an open source way to build apps, also smart contracts, digital assets, all secured by Bitcoin. And with me is Dr. Munib Ali, an early adopter of Bitcoin, the founder of Stacks as well. So welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's just start overall. Tell me about Stacks. Tell me about you and your background and how you came to be the founder of Stacks.
Yeah, so my background is mostly in computer science. I did a PhD in distributed systems at Princeton, and this is where I kind of like discovered Bitcoin. This is back in 2013. So I was really fascinated by the peer-to-peer network that Bitcoin provides, and the new types of functionality that Nakamoto consensus was bringing to the world. And I think since then, it's just been going down deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. So where the need of stacks kind of like emerges is that, as everyone knows, that Bitcoin is mostly sound money, right? It is not really programmable. And there are other networks like Ethereum, for example, that are more programmable, and people can build smart contracts and other types of applications there. So we wanted to explore this idea that what if you could bring these types of smart contracts directly to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is so secure, so durable. It is by far the biggest ecosystem and brand name. So many people know about Bitcoin. And it'll be really amazing if we could deploy the $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin capital directly into smart contracts, if developers can build interesting new things on top. So that's where the Stacks project started. And it's effectively, you can think of that as a programming layer for Bitcoin, where developers can build any types of applications, smart contracts. And the mainnet for Stacks went live just last year in January. So it's been less than a year. And over the last year, we've actually seen a tremendous amount of growth. There's more than $1 billion locked up in various smart contracts on Stacks. And we're seeing a ton of developer traction. In fact, I think just yesterday, this developer report came out that analyzes the developer traction in the crypto industry. And Stacks basically has anywhere between 20 to 25% of the total developers in Bitcoin at this point.
Yeah. Interesting. Because when you think on building on the network, Ethereum comes to mind first, NFTs and things like that, but you're really working it with Bitcoin as well. So how do you see Bitcoin? I mean, you mentioned 2013. That's been quite a ride since then. How do you see the overall cryptocurrency, in particular Bitcoin market right now?
Yeah, so I think we've come a long, long way since then. And in my experience, like these markets are always cyclic. There's a bull market, and we'll see like a ton of interest, both from investors, institutional capital, but also developers, right? So a lot of people enter the industry like during bull markets. And then during the bear markets is when a lot of people are basically just focused on building, right? So new stuff gets built, and every cycle, the industry basically becomes a lot more mature. And I've seen like 3 cycles so far. And this one was obviously by far the biggest. Like Bitcoin reached, all-time high of almost like, 68,000 or something like that. And we are seeing a ton of interest, right? A lot of capital is moving into the industry, and Bitcoin kind of like remains the number one cryptocurrency. It remains it has the best chance of becoming sound money and the reserve cryptocurrency for the world, right? Just the way it's designed and how decentralized and secure it is. And I think Bitcoin kind of like has solidified that position. And now I think the area where Bitcoin probably needs to grow more is developers building more smart contracts and applications on top of Bitcoin.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ali, for joining us. Very interesting.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Globex Data has a secure platform that offers secure email messaging, also email. And with me, the CEO of Globex Data and Secure, Alon Gahi, to talk about, I mean, it's a big year for you last year. Let's go over 2021 and then let's talk about, because I know you've got some new products in the pipeline coming up very soon, but let's kind of wrap up 2021 first.
Thank you, Jane, and Happy New Year to our viewer and everyone, hopefully in good health. Well, 2021 was a pretty big year. It was a transformative year for the company because essentially we were able to capitalize the company to the tune of an extra $8 million US with several rounds, successive higher and higher rounds. We also launched our anticipated Secure product. We started the big US launch around mid-July, and we started to see Q3 numbers to come in, which were quite good. Q4 numbers are going to be even bigger. So we basically are now on the startup gate, and 2021 was the year where we took advantage of the quiet situation with COVID, recycling and refocusing on the North American market and repositioning ourselves as such, because the emerging market, which was our prime focus before, of course, they shut down, and now they're coming back. So now in 2022, this is the plan. We basically have a very solid financial footing. We have daily, hourly subscribers, so we're very happy with our subscriber base. We are going to have in Q1 several product updates. We're going to have the email application, which will give a user the same feature as if you would go on our webmail with our famous Secure Send feature, which is a way to send an email to anybody who's not a secure user and have that person receive it and reply back without any of the ISP or external provider being able to read the content. It's an anti-phishing way as well to send emails for companies. We're also launching business packages in March. We're going to have a brand new business package for the messenger, the email, and the combo. So Q1 is essentially a very busy quarter for our new products. Of course, sales are increasing as well. And we're going to put a lot more push in Q2 once we have that email application, because the retention rate will be dramatically higher. Because imagine if you can use another provider like Gmail and you just download the application, people are just used to just click download and use it. They're not used to configuring emails, and businesses are different. So now we're going to have this ubiquitous way for anybody to have the most private and more secure email for the mass market, and businesses who can also put their domain name on our email. So we're pretty excited. Financially, we're again in good footing. We have close to $7 million US in the bank, no debt, definitely more than enough money to run for 2022. And we also can announce right now that we qualify to uplist to the OTCQX exchange, which requires certain hard assets, so non-tangible asset don't count. And now we qualify for that. So we're going to file that probably in March or earlier, the minute we have our year end. And last but not least, obviously we want to go eventually to an uplisting on NASDAQ. And this is the year where we will work towards that goal and hopefully be able to file in 2022 for the NASDAQ listing.
Okay, a lot going on. Let's break it down a little bit. So that business platform, and you and I have talked about how important that is for businesses that are sharing sometimes sensitive data, especially in an era of a pandemic where you can't always fly and meet with somebody. So that's going to be crucial for businesses to have something secure where they can talk about things confidentially.
In fact, I'm glad you mentioned the flying and all that. Businesses today, you're still going to have one-on-one meeting, but for most businesses, not only they can't fly someplace to meet someone, but they also can't get to work. So they're working from home, and the connections from home are typically not that secure. So this email for business is going to give them a highly secure and private way to communicate with the outside world and their business partners. The email packages, so we have our standard packages, which is Secure Messenger and Secure. We're also launching Secure Mail, probably in February. That'll be $7 a month. Now, the difference between the business and consumer package is the business email. You'll be able to add as many domains as you want. So it could be at janekingcompany.com, at whatevercompany.com. And then you can also import your own domain and import your old email to a new one. So you'll have your own real business email. For the messenger, we're adding a new feature, hopefully by end of Q1, if not in Q2. It will be an archiving feature similar to what you would have in the Bloomberg Messenger application. We've been told by so many financial executives that they would love to see something like that in our product without having to pay $20,000 for the Bloomberg terminal. The business email will be $10 a month as opposed to $7 because you have a few extra features, unlimited domain attachments and so forth. Well worth it for 100 gigabyte of storage. It's what you would pay pretty much anywhere else. Sometimes you pay more. So an anticipated product line coming up. It should increase our retention and our average revenue per user, because in Q2 we're launching Secure Voice, which will be about $20 a month. So not only are we increasing the user base, we're increasing the retention, we're increasing the average revenue per user. In the telecom world, they call it ARPU sometimes.
Okay, thank you so much. Good to see you. Happy New Year, and we'll get an update next week.
Thank you. Have a great start of the year, and thanks everyone for watching us.
Thank you.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, StrikeForce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Helios DX is defining a new era of reliable laboratory testing with fast, accurate results. With a full range of services including urine toxicology, behavioral toxicology, infectious disease, allergy, and other popular test menus. Helios DX, an alternative to national diagnostic laboratories, provides value to patients and physicians through personable and reliable services. To learn more, visit heliosdx.com/labs.
Saitama is a community-driven platform that focuses on empowering people of all ages and cultures to control their money, create their own wealth opportunities. So with me is Russell Armand, the COO of the company, to just give us an overview, an introduction to Saitama. What exactly is the company about? And for people who are new to crypto, how does all of that fit in as well?
Saitama is just a traditional cryptocurrency. We're a company based. We have a lot of different motives. We have a lot of different platforms that we utilize. Our roadmap and kind of our ethic behind it is to teach the younger generations about cryptocurrency, as well as the older generations like myself, on how to handle finance and get into the digital asset era as we kind of take that next leap into how our economy shifts and how we handle money. Taking that the next step towards digital assets and kind of going away from the traditional banking and fiat system, and where everything's in a digital age. So we kind of at the forefront of that and trying to get people more involved in it.
Okay. So, and I love that. I love that the people have more control, and it feels more like, you don't have to have $1 million to get attention at a bank. So, which has been one of the things that's been a problem with the financial system for a while. So how does it work?
Cool. So cryptocurrency is a digital asset to where you have the ability to be in control of your money, to where you can send it, spend it, receive it, and you get to bypass a lot of the traditional corporate banking structure where you can bypass some of those fees. It's instant, so you can send money worldwide without having to really do anything. You don't have to go anywhere. You do it all from your device, from your computer or phone. Again, there's no traditional fees behind that. You don't have to go through you don't have to exchange it, right? if I want to send money to Europe, I don't need to exchange it for euro. Crypto is accepted worldwide, and it's the same asset across the globe. So, and you get more control. So you're getting money with your money, you're making money with it, and you're using it and spending it like you would normal, everyday shopping or however you need it to. The more it becomes accepted, obviously, the more you can use it.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of the next challenge, I think, is just more acceptance, and it's getting there. You definitely see that. Now, great overview of the business. Where can somebody learn more? And I know we're going to be talking more in the coming weeks, so we can get a little more detail, but where can somebody go to start to learn more about Saitama?
You can go to our website at saitamatoken.com. We'll also have our app that's on the App Store and Google Play. It's Saitama Finance, Saitama LLC. You can go on there and find it on there. And that's where our actual platform is that we will be launching. So you can go on there, download it, read about it. There isn't a lot of really good information about crypto right now. And that's kind of the reason why we're here, is because we're trying to offer that. Because as I got into crypto, I had a really hard time finding anything out about it. I had to rely on very unlikely platforms like Reddit, YouTube, things like that, but nothing really solid. So we're trying to create that now. So, but our website is a good place to start.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Russell, for joining us today and giving us an introduction to Saitama. And we look forward to updates.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Berry. This is New to the Street, your weekly hack with Elaine Guillai. Elaine is with Globex Data, the leader in Swiss-hosted, private, and secure communications and data management. Welcome back, Elaine.
Thank you, Anna. Welcome back to our viewers, and Happy New Year to everyone who is watching us.
Yes, it's going to be a great year, 2022. I feel it. All right, let's talk a little bit about Switzerland. So a recent article, Switzerland's army told its soldiers not to use WhatsApp, and they're going to shift over to a private messenger service, Threema. Tell us a little bit about Threema and the history and the legacy of Switzerland and its privacy codes. So tell us about that, Elaine.
Sure. So Switzerland has a culture of privacy for hundreds of years, actually. Switzerland was formed as three cantons that were basically fighting off the invasion of the neighboring countries. And they've always had to fight for themselves, for their independence, and then later became more about their laws, their privacy. And as you know, it's not part of the European Union. They fought hard not to be in it because they have very strict privacy and independent type of laws and kind of mindset. It's a very independent country. The privacy is very sacred here. So that translates into other type of privacy laws, like the digital privacy laws, the FADP, which is a federal law on digital privacy, which always gets renewed and improved over time. I know that the European Union has the GDPR. The FADP is considered by many famous consulting companies as superior. So what happened now is in Switzerland, we have a law that until you're 40, from 18 to 40, you have to go to the military service for two weeks a year. It's the country that has the most, it's the most weaponized country in the world per capita. Everybody has a gun at home. And that dates back to that famous independence, fighting for the country, and then the Cold War and so forth. As a matter of fact, every wet dwelling in Switzerland has an anti-atomic bunker built into it, and they still do that back in the Cold War because it was neutral and they were afraid of being invaded. So there's that mindset of privacy and security. This is literally in the DNA of everybody in Switzerland. So rightfully so, the army decided that because WhatsApp is so prevalent everywhere, so ubiquitous, that now when you're a soldier on duty for those 2 weeks a year, you're not allowed to use messaging apps like WhatsApp, Signal, and Telegram. And there's a Swiss company called Threema. Threema actually is like the umlaut. It's the two dots. It's a French word for dot. When you have, like in my last name, on my last I have 2 dots. That's called a Trema. It's a great application. It's probably the only one I highly respect because they don't data mine as far as I know. They have their servers in Switzerland. They recently went open source, so that kind of takes a bit of a notch off in terms of security, but the privacy aspect so far seems to be good, and nobody is saying that they're on Amazon Web Service because Amazon is also in Switzerland. But what I like is that they're not part of those big tech, Cloud Act, big data mine type companies. You pay a flat fee for life. The functions are limited. It's just messaging and a voice record message. But it does the trick. If you want to have a quick messenger and you don't want to feel that everybody is watching and taking all your data or somebody spoofing you, it's a great application. So sometimes people say, hey, what about Trema? Is it a threat? No, we actually appreciate and we respect Trema tremendously because, we like to have another Swiss company that also known a little bit, because then it will slowly give a great name to Swiss software industry. So yeah, that tells you if the governments now are telling their own people that on your active duty, you're not allowed to use these applications, there's good reasons for it.
Well, tell us a little bit about how secure messenger and mail takes it to the next level, because Trema, which thank you for correcting my pronunciation, seems to have some good opportunities, but you guys are taking it to the next level of security and privacy.
Yeah, Trema has been around for years, funny enough. And now it's getting a bit more notoriety. I like to call it the local application for Swiss people. What we do is we're doing a global expansion. And what we have is just very different. First of all, we've always had our own infrastructure, and that's a guarantee. It's proven, we have certification and so forth, that we're just never going to go to those AWS in Switzerland or Microsoft. We also have functionalities that are far superior. For example, you can message someone that doesn't have secure, whereas with Trema, you still need to have the other person that needs the application. So if you don't have Trema and I have it, I can't communicate. With Secure Messenger, I can chat by invite, I can send you an email, and actually next month finally we'll have the SMS version where I can send you a text message and then you can chat with me, which is unreal because then you don't need the application. It's an amazing feature that nobody in the world has. Also, we don't require your phone number. Trema still requires that because it's part of the ecosystem of all these iOS and Android applications. With us, you don't need to give your phone number away, which eliminates pretty much most hackers because nobody can find you. How would they know that you're using this, right? So we have the self-destruct application, self-destruct messenger. You can decide when your message will be self-destructed. We have chat with non-secure user. That's just a massive feature. And also, we don't require your phone number. That's just a messenger. We do charge a monthly fee. Trema is a one-time fee.
So thank you for giving us this great option.
With pleasure. Thanks, everyone, for watching.